Welcome to Your Health Plus. I'm Gary B. Sit back and relax because the next hour is definitely going to change your life. Great new products that are available now to you. We've been talking about it each and every week here on Your Health Plus on KSOQ every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. And what we try to do is introduce you to some new products. You cannot buy them at a grocery store. You have to buy them through independent distributors. That's what we're here to talk to you about. In fact, there's an introduction of some products that are just going to be mind-boggling that you'll be able to get now that will be definitely something that will change your life. We're broadcasting down at Oakville Health and Rehab on Telegraph Road, and we have the honor of having several doctors in the house here. Dr. Ron Arcanati, who is the owner, first of all, of Oakville Health and Rehab, along with Dr. Tanya Matthias. She is the chiropractor here as well. Welcome, Dr. Ron.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Very good, very good. Dr. Tanya, welcome as well.
Thank you.
Very good. As we mentioned, each and every week we talk about very healthy products. These are pre-packaged products today that we're going to be speaking about that have so much protein in them, 43 essential vitamins that you have to have, that your body does not create. You have to buy them through or eat those products, and in order to obtain all the nutrients that you need to have with that. You can go to our website, yourhealthplus.info, click on the products, and you can actually watch videos of a lot of the products that we're going to be speaking about today. And I want to thank our sponsors, first of all, naturally Oakville Health and Rehab down here on Telegraph Road. We're going to be speaking about that throughout the next hour. Along with the community news, I write the sports for them. Along with Exploria Resorts. Throughout the show, we're going to teach you or tell you how you can go down to Orlando, Florida for 4 days and 3 nights for $179. And then, oh, by the way, they throw in a couple themed tickets for you as well. So a lot more to come here on the entire show. But first of all, I'd like to introduce again Dr. Ron. And Dr. Ron, we talk about these pre-packaged products each and every week. And I'd like you to maybe give a synopsis, first of all, on, we talked about a lot of different items that these products have, and we talk each week about these. And maybe you can go into more detail on these products that we're talking about that individuals need to have each and every day.
Absolutely. These are 43 essential nutrients that we have to have according to the World Health Organization. And they are your essential fatty acids like your fish oils, your omega-3s, your omega-6s. They are vitamins, minerals, as well as amino acids. These products are made of actual whole foods, nothing processed, no artificial dyes or colors, and they also are balanced with the macronutrients. You get about, like Gary was saying, 25 grams of protein for one bowl of a breakfast cereal, along with 1.3 grams of your fish oils without having the taste of the fish. That's what I really love. And you're going to get some really good vitamins and minerals along the way. Easy to prepare. They taste great. Even my kids love them.
And Dr. Tanya, I know you've been part of this program here. These products have just been in the marketplace for a couple of months here. And I know, Dr. Tanya, you've had these products, the products that were available. There are new products now, and that's going to be the exciting thing we're going to talk about today. But what is your background, first of all, or your thoughts, that is, on these products that you've been eating so far?
I'm a licensed chiropractor. I've been doing this for about 15 years now, and these are top-of-the-line products. You can't get people to take their vitamins and supplements and get the nutrients like they should. We don't get all the nutrients out of our foods anymore that we should, even when we're eating clean, healthy diets of fruits and vegetables and whole meats. And these products, it's easy. You don't have any stomach upset when you're taking them. You digest them easily. I've had really good results with them.
You know, Dr. Tanya, I think you'd probably agree too. I've already got a few of my patients taking the products, and one of the first things that they do report back to me is anyone that had gastrointestinal bloating, gastritis, a lot of people are already telling me that that is one of the first things they see go away.
That's true. I've seen that with patients. I've also had patients who tell me they've had chronic headaches and after eating the breakfast cereals that we have right now, they have noticed that after a couple weeks their headaches have been going away.
And what's neat about these breakfast cereals, that we've been speaking about them here for the past week, or I should say the past month here on KSOQ on Saturday mornings. And the thing is our lifestyle is so fast, Dr. Tanya. How easy is it to prepare these breakfast cereals?
The breakfast cereals, my 16-year-old can fix himself. They're easy. Boil some water. You can even do it on the stove, and you're not boiling away the nutrients from in the microwave with the radiation in there. You just pour it in your bowl with your cereal, and it's good to go.
Right. Basically, they come in prepackaged, the cereals that we're speaking about. A couple different ways that it comes, but there's a prepackaged, which is about 3 ounces, just under a cup. Tear that package open, pour it into a bowl, and as Dr. Tanya had mentioned, get that hot water, pour it into the bowl, and just mix it up and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. And you can also, Dr. Ron, add other things to the breakfast cereal.
That's what I love about these products too. And one word on the serving size. I have a 12-year-old son that likes the hot rice cereal, and he can't finish the whole bowl. He's full, and he's not a small kid. But yeah, very easy to prepare and flavorful, or you can elect to flavor them yourself. Almonds, blueberries, bananas, walnuts, still keeping that good, healthy nutrition coming through, and just changing them up.
And again, you talk about nutrition at the beginning of the show, Dr. Ron. Again, with this breakfast cereal, how about 26 grams of protein and that fiber that you had mentioned, that heavy-duty fiber, so to speak, that's going to last you throughout the morning. Halfway through the morning, you're not going to say, oh, I've got the munchies.
That's right. People say they feel satisfied longer throughout the day, and a lot of that is because of that protein and that fiber, as well as that protein helps to build muscle, and we use it for so many things. Protein's so abundant in our body, and that fiber not only works to fill us up, but it's great for the gastrointestinal tract, as well as to help with reducing cholesterol in a lot of cases.
And as I mentioned, you can go to our website, yourhealthplus.info, click on the product tab in order to go to the page that will have a video of the products that we're talking about. All these products are, again, healthy, prepackaged products that are available. For the past month or so, we've been only talking about breakfast. But ding, 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 drum roll, Dr. Tanya, they've just added about 15 or so new products.
That they did. This weekend we came from their ribbon cutting
Grand opening, yes.
Grand opening in San Diego. It was beautiful. We brought in all different types of foods now that we can eat.
Right, and let's just kind of whet the appetite of our listeners out there in KSOQ land. Name a few of the products, because later on in the show we're going to have Ryan Harris join us, who was also at that ribbon cutting, and have him go into detail with some of these products. But kind of give us a synopsis of the 14 or so products that came out onto the market here this past weekend.
Sure. They announced 3 different types of soups, some baked potato, tomato basil, a cream of spinach. If you like sauces, macaroni and cheese, their cheese sauce for the kids. Comes with all the protein in it too, with Alfredo sauce, marinara sauce. There's curry. They announced some more power oats.
And really, these sauces, they even contain all of the 43 essential nutrients, correct?
That's the beauty of it.
So if your kids like dipping their Bosco stick in marinara, now they can have a healthy marinara in order to get all their vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in there as well. That's
and the
really
protein.
Awesome. And protein.
That's one of the hardest things, is getting kids. A lot of kids won't eat the protein, and I used to worry about it with my daughter when she was younger, and this would have been a perfect answer. I knew she would be getting the protein then. When you give them mac and cheese, it's all carbs. Now they're getting the protein with the mac and cheese.
And again, you cannot find this on a shelf in any grocery store. You have to go through independent distributors, which we are, and there's a lot of individuals naturally that are associated with our show here, Your Health Plus, that are a part of that as well. And if you'd like to get more information, you can go to the website, yourhealthplus.info. Far right side, click on the contact. put your information in there. It comes right to my right to my email address, and I'll get back to you, give you costs, give you availability of a lot of these products. And Dr. Tanya, you were just mentioning all these other different products that have come out into the market now. Again, we've just been talking about the breakfast cereals over the past couple months here on KSOQ. Now they're adding more products. And we're not asking individuals to add this to their existing costs. We're just saying you can buy these instead of items that don't have the protein, that don't have the fiber.
That's right. Even the smoothies. Everybody likes right now a smoothie craze, and instead of buying different protein powders, these have complete nutrients in your smoothie in the morning. You're not adding any additional cost to your household budget. Most people are saving cost because the meals cost less than you get in a fast food joint.
Right. And Dr. Ron, when you talk about smoothies, people go, oh my gosh, there's so much sugar in there, blah, blah, blah. Touch upon that.
Well, they actually have some sugar-free, correct me if I'm wrong, smoothies now, so you're not going to get that. You know, I love to throw out statistics. We spend 95% of our money on processed foods, and as Dr. Tanya was saying, we now have a better alternative, not only better, but the best alternative to get the nutrients that our children need to properly grow, heal, and live, as well as us as adults to have more energy, heal up. We can get away from those inflammatory processed foods that cause problems like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cancers, even strokes. So it's really such a win-win situation for everybody.
That is Dr. Ron Arcanati. He is, again, the owner here of the Oakville Health and Rehab Center that we're located on, that we're broadcasting from, located on Telegraph Road down south of Interstate 255, and along to his right is Dr. Tanya Matthias, who is a chiropractor here as well, who all three of us have been part of this program. It just was initiated back in February. This past weekend they just had the grand opening and added a lot more products. So the past couple month or so we've just been talking about the breakfast cereal. Now we're talking about all the rest of these products, and I'd like to get into a little detail, Dr. Tanya, when you talk about these different sauces, the marinara sauce, the Alfredo sauce, cheddar cheese sauce. These sauces, again, are going to be added to your existing diets that you have.
We also have refried beans. Forgot to mention those. Those won top honor this weekend. They, but what our base is all of these sauces and the beans and that sort of thing. The soups are the basis for when you're creating your meals. You create your meals around them so that you're adding all the nutrients to your entire meal instead of just one package.
And that's so important because, again, the nutrients sometimes when you eat, say, macaroni and cheese, Dr. Ron, we've talked about this over the past couple months or so. Eating macaroni and cheese right now, you get more nutrition out of eating the box. So now you're adding this to your diet.
I challenge people all the time. Go into your own pantry, look at the nutrition labels on the foods you're eating, and you probably will be shocked, or I hope you are, and then compare to the label on the boxes of our foods. And not only will you feel better, you will be a healthier person, and they taste great.
Dr. Tanya, you talked about the curry sauce. I think we forgot about that.
That's great. Curry sauce is a great base. You can use it for pouring over your rice. A lot of people will use it for meat and vegetables to dip in.
Right, and what a better way, again, having these sauces available to you, not with all the heavy sodium and no nutritional values whatsoever. Each one of these, Dr. Tanya, has that 43 essential vitamins that you need.
The essential vitamins and the protein. With the amino acids, I've even had this weekend a bodybuilder, when he tried the oatmeal, he was blown away with everything in it. He's like, I need this stuff. I don't need to take a pre-workout. I can eat this in the morning before I head to the gym. It's better than the protein that I'm putting in my shakes right now.
So what happens, Dr. Ron? You take one for breakfast, one of these packages, as we mentioned. It's about a cup inside a package there, about 3 ounces. What happens if you eat it twice a day?
All the more better. These products come at a 50% dose per serving. So just by having 2 of our products a day, you're getting 100% of those essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we're talking about. And when we say essential, what we mean by that is these are things you cannot synthesize or manufacture in the body off of other chemicals or foods. These are things you have to have in order to properly, again, grow, heal, and live.
Right, you have those essential vitamins that you have, and I know personally myself, excuse me, there are times where in the morning I'll have my breakfast cereal with the powerful oatmeal or the powerful hot rice cereal. Come about lunchtime, I don't have time to go out to eat. I'll just make another one of these, and you don't feel bloated. And a lot of times I'm not really hungry. I get up to say I eat at 7, and at noontime I'm not really hungry, so I almost have to force myself to eat. But there again, that lasts throughout the whole afternoon. And again, it doesn't bloat you, it satisfies you. And a lot of individuals say, oh my gosh, you walk around like you had 10 hamburgers or something because you got that bloat feeling. You don't have that feeling.
You don't, and with that protein, again, you don't get those sugar highs and lows that you might get throughout the day. It's going to help taper that off so that you don't get the hunger cravings, but you don't get that, hey, I'm juiced up with energy and now I'm dying at noon, or that mid-afternoon, I'm just lacking energy and I'm yawning. It's going to help keep you balanced throughout the day.
So we've been talking about breakfast cereals here over the past month or so. We're introducing 14 new items here today, approximately 14 items, and Dr. Tanya naturally is speaking about them. Individuals out there in KSLQ land, Dr. Tanya, may say, well, I want to stay away, I want to have gluten-free products available.
They just announced this weekend our products are gluten-free, GMO-free, no bad stuff. They're whole foods.
Dr. Ron, expand on that, what Dr. Tanya just said.
So what she's saying, they're taking whole foods as they are in nature, and all they do is a patented dehydration. They just pull the water out. They never bring anything to a high heat so that they would burn off minerals or vitamins, and they don't enrich. Enriching foods is a different process than infusing. They infuse whatever is not in these foods from nature to bring it to that 43 at a 50% dose rating.
That's Dr. Ron Arcanati. I'm Gary B., by the way, alongside is Tanya, Dr. Tanya Mathias, here at Oakville Health and Rehab. And basically, we appreciate having Dr. Ron being our sponsor here. Also, there are several other sponsors that we have. And as we go into a little commercial here, maybe we want to bring in Ryan Harris, who'll talk about some of the other new products. So we'll have you back here in a little bit, Dr. Tanya.
Sure.
And basically what we're talking about is community newspaper. We appreciate the opportunity of the advertising our show, Your Health Plus, every Wednesday. It comes out into the marketplace on the shelf at your favorite Schnucks or any of your grocery stores that you have out there, Deerbergs. And you can also have the opportunity of reading my sports article, which is in there. At the end of the sports article, you'll see the KSLQ logo there, and it talks a lot about our program here that we have, Your Health Plus. Exploria Resorts, that is another sponsor that we have here. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you have an opportunity to go down to Orlando, Florida, and enjoy 4 days and 3 nights at the Summer Bay Resort there. I've been there. I was there a couple months ago. Beautiful facility, 10 minutes from Disney, right down the street from Disney. So what you're able to get here, again, 4 days, 3 nights, and oh, by the way, they throw in a couple theme park tickets. If you don't want the theme park tickets, they'll give you a $150 gift card so that you can spend that. All this costs you is $179. That's right, $179. Make sure you go to our website, yourhealthplus.info. Click on the contact page on the far right side, and you'll be able to put your information in there, and I'll get back to you. As I mentioned, each and every week here on KSLQ from 8 to 9 on Saturday mornings, we broadcast from Oakville Health and Rehab, talking about healthy products. And these products, again, as we said, Dr. Ron, you cannot find these in any store.
No, and I prefer it that way. I'm glad it's that way, and the reason for that is, how many times do you go to the grocery store, walk up to your local grocer and ask them, do you guys have anything new and healthy here? most of us go and shop at the same grocery stores, and a lot of times we buy the same things. We even know probably where they are in the store and what shelf they're on. Some of the moms and dads probably even know the price they cost. But we would never stop and look at these products, most likely, without knowing the value they have and bring to our health. And that's why it's so great to have it, somebody explaining it or showing it and out there promoting it, so that we can understand what's really going on and what we really need to have in our foods.
And that's why each and every week we broadcast the show here, introducing you to products that are available out there. You don't even know about them because, again, by distributors only is the way you can purchase these products. And it's the best form, really, of getting the information, all the detailed information on all of these products, so that you get each and every point that's available and understand each and every point. And that's why we have the luxury of having Dr. Ron Arconati here explaining his background naturally and all of the nutritional end of it. And today, Dr. Tanya Mathias is also helping us out along. As I mentioned, Ryan Harris is with us. And Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I know you were at the grand opening, the ribbon cutting of the official opening of these products here, the new healthy prepackaged products. They introduced them in a soft opening back in February, and now they cut the ribbon. And at that time in February, they only had a few products out just to kind of test the market. Now they've added a lot more products, and Dr. Tanya was going through a lot of the sauces. And I'd like for you to tell the KSOQ listeners out there a little bit about some of the other maybe soups and other things that are available out there.
Awesome, I would love to. Basically, they got everything you need. They got a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch, a little bit of dinner. My favorites really, like she went over the sauces. I tried some of the soups. I'm a big fan of soups, definitely during the lunchtime, especially with this being quick and easy on-the-go food. The tomato basil soup was to die for, the loaded baked potato soup. I mean, it's just stuff that sounds good. Normally when people say, here, you know, I'm eating healthy, you see all these greens and all these stuff, all these blenders, you know, and people spending the time to do it, and it doesn't sound good. Who wants to throw kale and broccoli into their smoothie, you know, like, so with it being so easy, fast on the go, the food's amazing. It was just a beautiful concept to see everybody come together, people from different countries coming together to, you know, fix the way they eat. So this isn't just America, this isn't, you know, it's not just in one spot.
Right.
You know, we're going global with this, and we're you know, trying to change the world by changing what we put in it.
And Dr. Ron, we're talking about that with Ryan being here. You purchase these products through distributors. You don't have to be over 60 like I am, or over 40 like you are. You can be any age, which is nice. You get the younger generation that are cognizant that we need to save our bodies today so that tomorrow we're not running around with a bag of pills in our hands.
Yeah, you know, I like to throw statistics
Good.
out there. And this is a little bit older statistic, but the average American 65 and older is on or prescribed approximately 6 or more prescription medications. And again, more people are expected to die this year from obesity than from starvation. We're eating, we're just not eating the right things, and that's the major problem that this company has identified and made it their mission to go out and bring not just food but good nutrition to everyone, as Ryan said, in the world.
Yeah, and all these products that we're speaking about today, again, naturally give you those 43 essential vitamins that you have to have. And again, us older folk, let's say, we get it because we've lived through that. What got you, Ryan, involved to being so healthy at such a young age? Because I know Ryan is one of the distributors, as I mentioned, and he has so many people that he has introduced this to, and they're getting it at his young age. What got you started on that, Ryan?
Well, Gary, to be honest, I've done a lot of research after watching a few documentaries. Food Inc., if you guys ever, you know, watch that, or, you know, do research on what you put in your body, because we are what we eat, and I took that literal. So I'll tell you the story of how I got involved with this company. One night I woke up late at night from hunger, being hungry, opened my fridge, and I see nothing but big brand name stuff that was full of, you know, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, empty carbs, and stuff that wasn't going to make me feel better. It was just going to fill me so I could go to sleep. And it just popped in my head. You know, I talked to one of the distributors, and he told me about a healthy prepackaged meal. So it got my brain running. I started looking into it, and I've just been gung-ho about health ever since. I've totally changed my diet. It's changed the way I think about stuff. It's changed my mental, my physical attitude. It's pretty much just done a wonder, and people see that in me. They see me doing something a little bit different, being a little more active, losing a little bit of weight, and being 28, and they're surprised. And basically, it's spreading like wildfire, Gary.
You're listening to Your Health Plus. We're live at Oakville Health and Rehab. Dr. Ron Arconati to my right here. And I say that because we're also filming the show. Every once in a while you'll hear me say that. So you can go to our website, yourhealthplus.info. Click watch at the top of the page, and you can watch this in its entirety and go back and tell individuals, hey, you need to watch this. Let's change our lives. So that is why you know, we do appreciate Dr. Ron having us here, so we can not only do the audio on KSLQ, but also videotape this show as well. And we have individuals like Dr. Tanya Matthias, who is part of this program as well, and naturally Ryan Harrison. And basically what we want to show in this case is that all ages, these products naturally need to be addressed. You need to really look at the back of the packages, like Dr. Ron had said, because what you eat today, like Ryan had said, is what you are tomorrow. And you don't want to walk around with those bag of pills. I'm 64 and I feel very good in having these products over the past 2 months, Dr. Ron, and in learning how I can add even more. One little serving gives me 26 grams of protein, but I add peanut butter, slivered almonds, and a few other items to really boost that up to give me a lot more energy and give me a lot more nutrition.
Absolutely. I mean, you can doctor them up, you know, please, well, as we say, don't dip your hamburger in there. We want to keep it healthy, okay? So using fresh fruits, nuts, berries, things of that nature, vegetables, you know, you can really get a lot more flavor. Not that they are very flavorful as they are. My 12-year-old likes the breakfast rice. The oatmeal, he does like to add a little bit of cinnamon or a little bit of strawberries, things of that nature in there, but they're great.
Right, and Ryan, naturally, you were at the ribbon cutting there, and naturally you're on a fixed budget. You know, we're rich here, Dr. Ron and I, but you're at the point now, and I know when I was young, you know, you're kind of skimping, oh yeah, I'm going to go get this dollar menu, getting this and that. But what you're doing, again, you're taking that dollar menu and say, hey, instead of getting that dollar menu, I want to put it on something that's more nutritional for me. And so you're a walking billboard, basically, with all of your friends, because you have a lot of individuals that are a part of this.
Yes.
Because naturally, when you do introduce it, it's set up in a way where you do get compensated by introducing it to other people. So with that being said, Ryan, you've ended up introducing this to individuals, but you now are kind of a walking billboard with all the rest of your friends.
Basically, when it comes to the fast food stuff, I boycott now. I tell people not to go. Why spend $8 on something that has empty carbs, no nutrition, when you could spend $4 to $5 on something that's ready to go? You just add warm water and you're going to feel better after it. One thing that I really noticed about this weekend, and this company in particular, that they're going after big ailments, diabetes 1s. They're doing programs and meal packs for people that have these ailments. And the one that really impressed me was the dementia. They have a brain shake, they call it. And instead of 43 essential nutrients, they have 53. They added the 10 brain transmitting nutrients into it. And the story that I heard was quite touching, because one of the owner's father-in-law actually has dementia, and they've been giving him this brain shake for 9 months, and he is now responding and talking. And it's beautiful, and to see that this doesn't have a dollar sign behind it, that this is all about what we're putting in our body and changing the world. The people that created this company, they have all the money in the world. They don't need money. They don't need our money. They understand that people are going to eat. They have to eat. It's essential to life. And if you're going to live, you should at least have your essentials, your minerals, and all your proteins. So.
Yeah, with all of these products that we're speaking about, again, we're not dictating that these are all dietary supplements. Okay, we're not dictating, Dr. Ron, and back me up on this. This is something, again, as a disclaimer, let's say, it's nothing that you have to get a chiropractor, you have to get a doctor's signature on it. These are basically different ways of eating.
Whole foods. We're not claiming to cure anything or even using that word. You know, these are whole foods that our bodies need, and proper foods that we should have in order to, you know, again, properly grow, heal, and live. I mean, that's the bottom line, and it's so amazing to hear stories like that. And I know Ryan can back me up too, that this company also has some really top-notch PhDs, nutritionists, food scientists, and they are running all kinds of studies that have just begun. And of course, studies take a little while to get completed, but they are really looking at some, I hate to use the word miraculous because it's really basic food essentials, but really some great health benefits coming out of this just by eating proper food.
And Ryan Harris, naturally, he went to the ribbon cutting, the grand opening officially of this company. And while you were there, they introduced, as I mentioned, about 14. There's 14 products. There's a total of just about 20. Where are they going with this, Ryan? What kind of number? Did they give a number on where they want to go and add different products? How many?
Well, they didn't give a number, but I'll give you a little hint of, I think, where they're going, because I actually got a chance to talk to the owner and the CEO, the creator of this company, and asked him a question. And my question was about soda, because soda is a horrible, horrible thing. It's probably one of the worst things you can put in your body. And he just kind of smirked at me and laughed. He said, let us finish the food first, but we've talked about it. So we're going after everywhere. Any kind of food you can think of, I think they've already have it in the works to make the 43 essential nutrients in it, and even go further to maybe sweets like ice cream and soda and nuts. And I just think that this is going to be our own grocery store. Like, you're going to see, you heard of Schnucks, Dierbergs, and all these big local grocery stores, but we're going to have our own humongous online grocery store delivered to your house with the best foods that you can possibly put in your body. In my opinion, this is the most healthiest food that you can put in your body. And, you know, disclaimer all you want, but
that's another perk is it's delivered to your door. I mean, we used to kind of not dream, but we used to think how great would it be. Even I'll admit we did a lot of our Christmas shopping online. Why not your groceries? You know, have them delivered to your door. You don't got to get out there. You don't got to get in line. It's really, again, a win-win for everybody.
Well, I think what's neat about all these programs here is that, you know, we're looking at the future here. And Ryan, like you said, there were people at the ribbon cutting here that were from throughout the whole world, not just the United States. So the thing is, this is catching on. We're kind of ahead of the curve here. Individuals in KSOQ land, they're going to say, what is Your Health Plus? I know Brad Hildebrand, I had lunch with him, and he had said he's been getting calls of people. What is this Your Health Plus? What are they talking about with these products? Well, we're kind of ahead of the curve because you can't buy these products, as we've been saying throughout the show, at any store. You have to get them from independent distributors so that we can talk the talk, and then naturally we walk the walk because we take the products. And what we're looking at here, again, these products are coming across to everybody, Ryan, that individuals are saying, yeah, these are things that are going to be out there in the marketplace. In fact, while you were gone in the newspaper, several of the big box companies are taking many products off of their menu because they're not in a situation that is healthy for you.
Exactly. And when it comes down to it, we're working with big name people. The studies that we're doing, we're not just doing them in some lab that, you know, that we pay people. They're doing these studies with Harvard. And this is legit. You know, the highest, you know, the smartest people in the country are working on this food. They've even had it on, I think, 3 or 4 news channels. You know, they made the news. The ribbon cutting for the manufacturing plant, whenever, you know, where they create their food, there's no GMOs, no processing, and they created their own plant so that they can make sure that there's no GMOs. And what they put on the package is true. And that's huge to me. The fact that, you know, we're working with the big companies, or I mean the bigger people with Harvard, we got the smartest scientists, and people who don't even care about money, that this is just backing, it's heartfelt, you know, this is...
It's a mission.
It's a mission to change the world, like I was saying earlier, and it sounds crazy, but there's this saying that the people that are crazy enough to change the world are usually the ones who do, and I love that saying.
Right, they're doing it and they're changing individuals one person at a time. It's a slower process, but that is how it goes about doing this. And as we mentioned, Ryan was at the ribbon cutting this past weekend, and they introduced a lot of different products. And as we talked about, and I want to touch upon these before we bring Dr. Tanya back, Ryan, baked potato soup, cream of spinach soup, tomato basil soup, some smoothies, refried beans, and then we'll talk to Dr. Tanya concerning some of the sauces. Of those, I mean, everybody, if you ever look at the back of a soup can, what are you going to see? 300, 400 grams of sodium in there.
Salt, yeah.
At least, probably.
At least, minimum. And these products here come across that include the 43 essential vitamins or nutrients that we need to have.
Exactly, and I actually got to try the mashed potatoes this morning. I mean, they're just foods that we have with our normal everyday dinner, lunch.
Mashed potatoes, what child out there would not like to have a bowl of mashed potatoes? And then what parent wouldn't love to have their child have mashed potatoes, knowing they're getting all of their vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and protein, again, for proper health. It's a statistic and a fact that children that eat a well-balanced, healthy breakfast, just breakfast, will not only perform better in gym class, they perform better or participate more in class in school, and they score better on exams than kids that do not have a well-balanced breakfast. So, you know, this, I keep harping on the children, but it is for everyone, and it is such a great product.
Right, as we continue here on Your Health Plus, again, I urge you to go to our website, yourhealthplus.info. Click on the product tab and watch a video on these pre-packaged items that we're speaking about that are available to you. And if you would like to try some of these, at the top of the page on the far right side, click Contact, put your information in there. That email goes right to me, Gary B., and I'll be able to get back to you and give you a lot more information on these products. And as we're wrapping this particular segment up, Ryan Harris, we appreciate you being here. What would you like to leave the KSLQ listeners out there concerning these prepackaged items that provide all these essential nutrients that we have?
I mean, if I could leave on anything, I'd say if you want to feel better, try the food. It doesn't hurt to try it, right?
Right. Yeah, and then that's something too that, again, we're not asking you to spend more money out there in the marketplace, Dr. Ron. We're asking you just to divert your money to something that's healthy.
It's a transfer. It's changing. You know, there's other countries that don't allow GMOs in their country. We, as health care, the United States is so far behind, which here we are, the superpower, and our health care ranks about 38th, 39th in the world. I've said it before, I don't even know, I hate to say it, I don't even know if I can name 37 other countries. I probably could, given enough time,
right.
But for our healthcare to rank that low, we got to change something up. We got to become healthier people.
All right. Ryan Harris, appreciate your time.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, very good. Again,
thanks,
Ryan Harris again was at the official grand opening of the program that introduced several more products, and I heard a number, I don't know how true it is, but this company has introduced breakfast cereals and a few other little products at the beginning in February. Now we're halfway through May. They've introduced approximately 14 more products now that you can have for dinner and for lunch. And as Ryan Harris had mentioned, it's unlimited on other products. And I've heard 500 products, 600.
I was going to say, you know, we were fortunate to hear about this before the company officially started, and pre-order back in February. And now this past weekend, 2 days ago, was the official grand opening. And I know back in February we were hearing things like over 100, over 500, unlimited, as Ryan was saying, even with sugars, ice cream, or sodas, ice creams, things of that nature. So I really believe, again, with the people behind this company, the founders, they truly are on a mission to bring this to not just the United States. In fact, they've already launched in Mexico, I believe,
Yes.
and they're on board with Japan, Costa Rica, Korea. Everything's getting lined up to bring this around the world. It's just an amazing thing.
That's Dr. Ron Arconati. We're here at Oakville Health and Rehab. You're listening to YourHealthPlus.info. I'm Gary B., and there is so much information that we want to share with you each and every week. Today is very important. We're not only have the audio going here on KSLQ, we also have the video going as well. So you can go to our website, YourHealthPlus.info, click on to watch, and you can actually watch this entire program at any time at your convenience there. We want to thank our sponsors, Oakville Health and Rehab down here on Telegraph Road, south of Interstate 255. And if you ever have that opportunity if you would like to have the opportunity of coming visiting Dr. Ron and all of his associates here, definitely invite you to do that. You can click on to sponsors at the top of the page. All the information on Dr. Ron's office here, Oakville Health and Rehab, is on that particular page. Also, we want to thank Community Newspaper. I have the privilege of writing the sports there, and there's a nice article in there concerning our show here as well, Your Health Plus. Exploria Resorts, I mentioned earlier a couple times that if you want to go down to Orlando, Florida for a vacation this year, or 4 days and 3 nights for $179, you stay at the Summerlin Resort, which is about 10 minutes from Disney down there. It's a great resort, a lot of swimming pools, a lot of things to do. I was there earlier this year. A lot of nice activities down there. $179, 4 days, 3 nights. Send me an email, go to the website, click on the contact page there, put all your information in on that, and you'll be able to get a lot more information on that. Dr. Tanya Mathias rejoins us here now, and Dr. Tanya, we talked about all of these products here, and I know you haven't had a chance since you've just got back from the grand opening to check all these, but you had a chance to talk, as Ryan had mentioned, to all the people. And it's not just the United States, it's worldwide. What did you learn from them? And then I'm going to ask you what you learned from the owners, because I'm sure you spoke with them as well.
Everybody's really excited. People were coming from Mexico, and you can't even purchase these products yet in Mexico. The owners did announce that come June, they are launching in Canada. Wow. So that was a great announcement. Everybody was really excited about that. We had people there from Japan, Tokyo, and Korea. And so they're all excited to get on board and help change the health and nutrition of everybody.
Yeah, that's so important. And Dr. Ron, when you talk about that, again, as I touched upon before, a lot of the big fast food places have taken a lot off of their menus because of products such as what we're talking about here, these pre-packaged products that have these 43 essential nutrients along with a lot of other things. But all of a sudden, these stores or these fast foods are going, these products, these are great products. And they look at their menu, they look at their nutritional value, and they're embarrassed.
Well, there's a big push right now, I don't know if it's going to go through or not, about putting nutritional values on all of the restaurants, fast foods. And I don't know if some of it, I think, is looking at healthier options, but like you said, it's embarrassment of what is in my product. Not my product, I'm sorry, but the fast food products. So again, when you call them out, then it's a whole new tune. But if you don't know that, again, from someone like a distributor of, educating you on the nutrition that we should be getting, we never know that. They just keep on going, par for the course. I just posted about a month ago how some of the big manufacturers are changing the name of high fructose corn syrup to another name. Why is that? Is it because we are getting wiser here in America and we don't want to see that on our label? And they find a way to get around it. You know, and I'm not pointing the fingers at any companies. That was an article that I pulled up and I posted it on our Facebook page. So a lot of talk about that.
Well, there is, and again, individuals out there, they're going to say, you know what, back a couple months ago when we started our show here, Your Health Plus, we're ahead of the curve. We're introducing to you out there products that are not available even, or a couple of months ago they were not available. They are now, and we're trying to get people healthy out there, trying to get them to the place that they can be where their body should be, because again, Dr. Tanya, you talk about that. When you're healthier, you sleep better. You go ahead and finish the rest of that statement.
Oh, you sleep better, you have more energy, your body functions better, you have more focus. That's one of the things when you said about the owners and the direction they're heading. A lot of their research is heavily researching in things with the brain and neurological processes of the body. So that's where their main focus is right now, is reversing some of the problems through nutrition that we have going on.
And then again, that's Dr. Tanya Mathias, here, a chiropractor here at Dr. Ron Arcanati's location here, Oakville Health and Rehab on Telegraph Road. And Dr. Tanya, expanding on that more, I know you had a chance to speak with some of the owners. Anything pretty cool that they said that, I know you've talked about several things so far here on the show here, Your Health Plus, but anything that they conveyed to the audience there at that grand opening that you thought was very intriguing?
People were really excited overall with what the company's doing. They are going to be branching out into trying to get more of our products out to children that don't get enough of the nutrients, get more of that into the households for lower income families and kids that don't get the proper essential nutrients for them to grow and fully function into healthy adults that we're lacking in right now.
So, Dr. Ron, you see these individuals who are owners here who have very deep pockets. They're trying to talk to us, naturally, the average Joe, let's say, but that they're also thinking outside the box. They're also looking at the underprivileged individuals that don't have the opportunity. So it's not just they're out there trying to make more money. They're trying to help everybody.
It's like a pay-it-forward wave going out. You know, they're creating products that, yes, we need to purchase, but they're doing good by giving us products that we need and deserve to help our lives be easier, and then in turn using a portion of the profits to also help push the wave farther and help possibly, you know, less fortunate people to also be able to benefit from this. It just is a wave that goes out, and it's amazing to be a part of this.
And that is what we are trying to do here at Your Health Plus. Every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m., we're videotaping this show as well, as I mentioned, so you can go to our website, yourhealthplus.info, and you can watch this entire program at any time in order to get a lot more information, and a lot more information naturally on the page as well. You can watch videos of the products that we're speaking about here. And Dr. Tanya, when we talk about the programs here, the foods, let's touch upon, again, we started the program in our program here in February when we just had breakfast cereals and a few other items. They just added this past weekend 14 new items, and kind of make a synopsis again of those 14 items to the viewers and listeners out there.
There's different soups, sauces. You have your bases for meals that you can start with those. There's your mashed potatoes. We forgot to mention those earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Those went over big at the convention. The macaroni sauce, like we said, kids love it. That's what they're branching out into. They wanted to do comfort foods because they know, you know, we don't get enough nutrition, and a lot of us turn to foods to feed ourselves emotionally. So they find that if we can get into the comfort foods that everybody eats, then when they're going and they're binging on those comfort foods, they're not going to eat as much as they used to, because with all the protein in it, you're being satisfied, and the satiety factor in it is what is another big one for them. They want to make sure that you are going to be held full longer and you don't take as much. Their food bases are only between 350 to 400 calories per meal, and so you don't have to think about how many calories you ate when you're eating these meals too.
Just makes sense. I mean, it's smart, it's clever, it's what we've needed for over, what, 100 years when we started processing foods, and it makes total sense. I keep saying it, but I'm excited to be a part of this.
Well, you were a part of this before it even launched in February. You were a part of it at the end of 2014, and you were probably one of the first individuals in St. Louis that became cognizant of the company, of the owners, of where they were going. Naturally, all the secrets weren't thrown out. And I think Dr. Ron, as I said, where I was going with that too, is in February they introduced a few products. They didn't introduce 100 products immediately. They put just a few products. And then now it's the middle of May, they've introduced about 17 or 14 more.
Yeah, and for a company to start in that magnitude, I mean, they, as either Ryan or Dr. Tanya said, they have their own facility, and they've spent a lot of time and money retrofitting that to manufacture, produce all of their own foods. So, and they've even announced that, hey, if we outgrow this facility, there is land right next door, and we'll make it bigger. We'll just keep on going. So that's great.
Again, that's Dr. Ron Arconati. We're broadcasting from Oakville Health and Rehab. Along to his right is Dr. Tanya Mathias here, also a chiropractor of Oakville Health and Rehab. And as we wrap this segment up here, Dr. Tanya, what would you like to leave the KSLQ listeners with concerning these healthy prepackaged products that we've introduced about 14 new items here today? What would you like to leave the listeners with?
If you're looking for your family a way to get them the essential nutrients that they need without spending a lot of money doing it, without breaking the bank, and without having to buy excess in jars of supplements that sit on the shelves because you forget to take them or forget to give them to your kids, this is a very viable product for you.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know you went out to San Diego for the ribbon cutting and met a lot of the individuals and kind of got their way of what they think, how they think, and I'm sure it was along the same lines and in the same breath, meeting the owners who you have only seen on videos. Now you can actually see and say, they're real. These guys are genuine. So that had to be quite a bit of an experience this past weekend.
It was really exciting knowing that and meeting these and knowing they're from the top schools, you know, and their research is with the top companies. You're talking Harvard doctors, and we don't really get a lot of people that have that much heart, and they're not only business, but they're also about the human and the welfare.
Dr. Tanya, appreciate your time. Very good. Just hang tight there.
Thank you.
Dr. Ron, again, for the past couple of months here, we've just been talking about the breakfast cereals. Now we've introduced 14 new items here that individuals, again, can go on our website, yourhealthplus.info, to learn a lot more about it. What would you like to leave our listeners with here?
A couple things. Number one, as I always say, invest in your health today so you don't end up paying for your sickness later. Number two, Dr. Tanya talked about a lot of the foods introduced this past weekend can be used as a base or a basis for your meals, meaning that, hey, your kids like mac and cheese. You can make noodles at home that they like and add the cheese sauce that they have, the marinara sauce. And by doing that, again, you're getting a 50% dose of these vitamins. You don't need gummies anymore. You don't need chewable vitamins. You don't need to try to get your child to take cod liver oil if you're conscious about omega-3s. They were transferring money from what you're already buying that has no nutrition and put it to something that is full of nutrition, and you don't even need to purchase vitamins anymore if you just have 2 servings per day of these meals.
Dr. Ron, appreciate your time.
Thank you very much
So
for
I
having me.
think Dr. Ron put it together there as far as, again, we're not asking you to take extra money out of your pocket. Just divert it to something that's worthwhile and healthier for you and your family and your friends as well. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what our show is all about. We're ahead of the curve here. You're not going to find many shows like us out there. And again, these products, again, are just dietary supplements. You don't have to get a prescription or anything. We're not saying this cures all. We're just saying it is fortified with these 43 essential vitamins that your body has to have, and you can only get it by consuming items, as Dr. Ron and Dr. Tanya had mentioned so many times throughout the show here. Again, we want to thank Dr. Ron Arcanati here at Oakville Health and Rehab for allowing us to broadcast from his facility here. And as I mentioned throughout the show, we're also videotaping this. So you can see this show in its entirety by going to our website, yourhealthplus.info. Click on to watch, and you'll be able to see the entire program here. And make sure you tell your friends about this as well, and your family, naturally. And if you want more information, because you cannot buy these products in any store, you have to buy them from distributors, go to our website, yourhealthplus.info, far right corner, click on the contact, fill out that information. It'll come right to me, Gary B., and then I'll be able to go ahead and give you a lot more information concerning the product. Also want to thank our other sponsors, Community Newspaper. Every Wednesday it comes out here in the St. Charles County area and West St. Louis County as well. That has a lot of information on our show as well. And also Exploria Resorts. You want to go down to Orlando for $176, $179 for 4 days and 3 nights and a couple theme park tickets. Make sure you email me and I'll tell you all the information in order for you to have that. Again, next week we're going to talk a lot more concerning healthy products out there and how to make you healthier. Again, we want to thank Ryan Harris for being a part of our program here today, and naturally Dr. Tanya Mathias, and last but not least Dr. Ron Arcanati, and also next week Chris Soljak will probably be with us as well. So thanks again for listening to Your Health Plus. That's all from me, Gary B.